Hello everyone, Chris Felix here, and we're going to take an in-depth look at how the NSSCA online chess tournaments are going to run. So I have open here on my screen is the Google Spreadsheet that we'll be using to run the tournament. And this will be the hub for all of the information that you need to be a participant in the tournament. This link will be sent out in advance and also available on the website many days before the tournament. Along the bottom here, you'll see there's numerous tabs. The first one is instructions and links. Then there's a results tab, round 1, round 2, round 3, and so on. The instructions and links tab has everything that you need to potentially open up during the tournament. So up top, there's the YouTube live link, which we'll be using to do the announcements and also the award ceremony at the end. There's a link to report the result of your game once it's been completed. A list of support personnel that you can contact if you need any help during the tournament. There's also the NSSCA support Google Meet. The video tutorial links are here, so the original Lichess tutorial of how to use lichess.org, as well as this very video will be linked on this. Down below we have the step-by-step instructions for how to run the tournament. So in the Google Spreadsheet, whenever you want to go to a link, you simply click on the cell and this should pop up here. So since this is the very beginning of the tournament, I'm going to open up the YouTube live link and wait for the event to start. So this will bring us to the YouTube live channel. And once the tournament begins, the announcements will show up here. So since the announcements are now over, I'm going to go back to the Google Spreadsheet and let's find out who I'm going to play in round 1. So along the bottom, I'm going to click the results tab. This will show you everybody that's in your group. This is like the standing sheet that's always posted outside of the tournament room. So I can see that I'm here, Chris Felix, and this is my lichess.org username, want to be a rook star, as well as the other players that are in my group. If I go to the bottom tab and click round 1, I'm going to find my name on the list. Okay, so there I am. I am white against John Smith, and the username is Devastation. So since I'm playing the white pieces, I'm going to be the player that sends the challenge to John Smith. One of the cool tricks that you can do here is highlight the cell of your opponent's username, hold the control key and press C, which is going to copy that so it's easier to find the opponent later. I'm going to go to lichess.org, sign in, type in my username, my password, and then click sign in. And now I'm logged in. I'm actually going to close out of the YouTube live link now because I don't want any announcements coming through while I'm actually playing the game of chess. Remember that I could always go back to the Google Spreadsheet to open it up in between rounds. I'm going to click play with a friend on the right hand side. The variant is selected as standard. Time control, we're going to use the drop down to select real time. Minutes per side, I'm going to click and hold and slide this up to 20 minutes. Increment in seconds, I'm going to click and hold and drag this down to 5 seconds. The time control for the tournament is 20 minutes with a 5-second increment after each move. I'm going to keep the type selected as casual. Now, because I'm the player playing the white pieces, I'm going to click on the white king on the right. On the right-hand side, it says invite a Lichess user. I'm going to click on the search thing. You can type in the username of your opponent. Because I've copied it earlier, I can hold Control and press the V key. It shows up. And I'm going to click to send this challenge to Devastation. Once my opponent accepts, the board pops up and we can play a game of chess. Oh, the Sicilian. Wonder what my opponent has in store for me. All right, queen takes h7 is checkmate. So I win the game against Devastation. So now I'm going to go back to the Google Spreadsheet, and at the very top, there's a link that says, click here to report the result of your game. So I'm going to click that, and then click the link. What round are you reporting? Well, that was round 1, so I'm going to select round 1 from the drop-down. What is your name? You could use your real name or your username on Lichess, it doesn't matter. What was the result? So I won the game, and submit. And I'm just going to close out of that. And now I'm done round 1. I have to wait for everybody to finish in my round before I can play round 2. This would be a good time to open up the YouTube Live and see if anything is going on, and just wait for the results to come in. So once everybody in the group is done, the results will show up here automatically. Oh, there we go. The results are in. So you can see that the result is a 1 beside my name and 0 beside Devastation. And if I click the Results tab, we can see that this looks just like the standing sheet that is posted outside of the tournament hall. There I am. I have 1 point. I have a win against player number 8. Player number 8 was John Smith, Devastation. So now that round 1 is finished, let's go see if the pairings for round 2 are up. I'm going to go to the round 2 tab. Oh, sure enough, here they are. So I am black against Devastation again. This is just for demonstration purposes. In a real tournament, you would never play the same player twice. So because I'm the player playing the black pieces, I'm going to go to lichess.org. I'm going to hit just play just to go back to this main screen, and I'm going to wait for that challenge to come in from Devastation. Oh, here we go. So on the top right, I can see a challenge has come in from Devastation. So always make sure that this is the correct opponent. We know that I'm playing Devastation. This is a casual game. It's 20 plus 5, which is the time control of 20 minutes per game with a 5-second increment. So that looks correct. So now I'm going to press the green check mark to start the game. If this information is not correct or it's the wrong opponent, just hit the red X. You can also challenge the correct opponent if it doesn't come in with a certain time frame within a few minutes. There we go. Here's game 2. D4. All right. Let's see how Mr. Devastation likes this. Always have good luck with the Nimzo Indian. Okay. Devastation was not ready for the Nimzo Indian. I got this nice little tactic, forking the king and the rook, and my opponent has resigned. So I'm going to go back to the Google Spreadsheet now, and I'm going to click that link to report my game at the top. Open up the link. So which round are you reporting? This was round 2. My name is Chris Felix, and I won again, and then hit the submit button. And then back to the Google Spreadsheet and wait for the next round to begin. I can open up my YouTube Live link again or join the Google Meet from the NSSCA and see what the other players are doing there. So hopefully you found this demonstration useful, and we look forward to seeing you at our tournaments.